In this Strive Theme Builder tutorial, we are looking at the ways in which you can use the author image elements on your templates. This is the dynamic element that you can use when you want to display the profile picture of the authors of your website. Now let's see how you can do that. First, you have to add the element to the post or page template that you are editing. So for that, open the right sidebar list of elements, and the author image element is listed right here under the article components section. So I'm just going to go ahead and drag and drop it onto my template. Now, as soon as you do that, the element will display the profile picture of the author of this particular post. Now keep in mind that if this image has not been previously set, you will have here the default image that's shown for featured images. So it's just a blank gray one. Now in those situations, you can go to your WordPress admin dashboard in the user section or directly to Gravatar and set the image directly from there. Alright, so once the element is added to your template, you'll start customizing it using the left sidebar list of options. Now, as you can see, they are the exact same options that you can use when you are editing an image. The only difference is that the author image is set by default to be a dynamic image, whilst the regular image is a static one. However, the dynamic option can be enabled for the regular image as well. And this is something that we are covering in our dedicated tutorial for the image element. Now going back to this template and to this element from here, you can see that the element type is set by default as a dynamic one and the dynamic source is set as the author image. So these settings are already configured in order for this image to have a dynamic behavior. This means that the image from here will change depending on who is the author of that post or page to which this template is applied. Okay, so besides these settings, here's what else you can do here. These two sliders will allow you to adjust the size and the height of the image. You can always revert to the initial settings if you are unhappy with the chosen size or height. The image style can be quickly changed from here. There are various styles you can apply to your image. Here as well, just pick the one that you like and it will be applied instantly. Now use this first field from here if you want to add a title for your image, and this is something that will appear when someone hovers over it. You can see that both my text fields from here are already filled in with the name of the template that I'm editing. So let me just quickly change this and then go into what exactly this alt text means. So this is where you can add a short description of what this image is about in case the image will not load due to some technical error. So this way the user that's viewing the page can hint at what's in the picture even though the picture might not be displayed. So here I've just quickly added that this is the picture of the author of this post. Now captions can be added as well if you enable this toggle, and then the caption text can be added directly here onto your picture. Alright, now let's go back to the main options of the image by selecting the image from the breadcrumbs and then go through the last set of options from the main options list. So when you are using a dynamic source for your image, a dynamic link will automatically be added to it. And you can see that because this toggle is enabled here by default and the selection is already made for you. Now the predefined settings are configured in such a way that whenever this image is clicked, it will take the visitor to the author archive. So to the entire archive of content created by this author. But of course, this can be set to redirect to a different part of your website simply by opening these two drop-down lists and selecting to where exactly you would like to redirect the user on click. Then on top of the options available here in the main options section, you have the more general ones listed right here. And let me just quickly change the layout and position so that the image is aligned to the center. And let me just also tweak once more the settings from here and make the image slightly smaller. Now, if you want to see this dynamic behavior in action, you just need to use the content drop-down from here to pick a different post and see how this image changes based on the author of that content. So let me just open the drop-down list and load a different post that I know it has a different author. So now you can see that the content relevant to this post has been displayed and the image has also changed. However, keep in mind that the text that you add in the caption section will not change. So this is a static text. So bear in mind to put something here that's a general kind of text because the image will change, as you can see here, based on the author of that post, but the caption text will not. So this is just a small note to keep in mind when adding captions to your author image on a Thrive Theme Builder template. I really hope you found useful this tutorial about how to use the author image element.